I did a video for YouTube yesterday. Well, actually, I did a couple of them, but I did one yesterday that went straight up to YouTube that did not go on my wall here on Facebook. Um, Good morning. Just waking up, and it's chilly. It's chilly. I did one covering one of Lauren Steiner's videos, which I have not done before. I've not done this before. Um, but I did this because I have several contacts within the LGBTQIA community um, who are concerned with her TERF status. I had to cut the video a little, I had to crop it because I did have a little commentary on the end of that video that I had to crop out. And the reason why is when you do a screen grab, in order to get to the stop record. Oh, is it doing its bullshit again? My phone's doing its bullshit again. In order to get to the stop record, you have to pull it down and it shows your notifications on the phone. And I had some notifications on my phone that were personal and private, and I had to crop that out. So, if I remember correctly what I said on the end of that commentary, I'm just going to add it now as like a supplemental to the video that I did yesterday, is that so what she's doing, she knows that she does not have a good reputation in regards to transgender issues, and that she is widely viewed as a TERF because of her history of inviting people who are anti-trans onto her show, and then oftentimes agreeing with their points. So I analyzed her video. She covered basically a transgender woman doing a protest action at like a local politician's event, and but she had no real lead-in to what she wasn't like explaining how this goes. And the thing is that anybody who knows Lauren Steiner knows that she does exactly the same type of protest as this trans woman did. In fact, when I was friends with her, I used to push out her videos all the time. I think that's one of the reasons she was so pissed that that I wouldn't get Dawn off of my magazine, is she really wanted to pull this childish move of pick between me and Dawn. And I was like, why should I have to do this? Pardon me, smoker's cough in the morning, and it's fucking cold, y'all. I used to push out her videos, and she did a lot of protests like that. And one of them that I remember a lot that is very similar to what this activist did is when Keith Ellison and I think it was Tom Perez, and they were launching a initiative for the summer. And they went to, they were doing this in like a church. It was supposed to be kind of like an organizing meeting, talking about, Tom came out with terrible messaging. This was 2017. But they were launching like their new initiatives for, to try and flip Congress. And Lauren was there with a bunch of other activists who basically disrupted the meeting. And I could probably find this video. Actually, I could probably find it, but I just don't remember. I know Dr. Bill was there too, because she interviewed him as well. I watched the whole video because this was when we were friends. And she was covering the whole thing. And it was a disruptor event just like this, except like way bigger than what this one activist did at a politician's meeting. There was dozens of people doing it at this thing for the Keith Ellison and I think Tom Perez might have been there. It was like a DNC type of kickoff for the summer. So it was exactly the same sort of thing. But she has this video. It's concerning to people in the LGBTQIA community right now because of the way she titled it and the way that she gave no lead into the video. It's positioned in such a way that she wants you to draw your own conclusions without any sort of context. You know, the thing is, I get that she probably covered that event because she is trying to repair her image in regards to being a TERF, but it was not successful in doing that because it's not, it's like you did it just for your image, but you don't actually believe the issue, right? And there was no framing. And that's what a journalist should do, is actually frame the topic and explain the topic and educate the public. But instead, it's just, here you go, I'm just going to title it a certain way. And I think that actually might have been the goal. That might have been the goal, is to make it so vague that it could be used on either side of the argument. And it just, it's not helpful. That's not helpful. It actually, I don't know. I mean, she's a very smart person, right? And she does these types of interviews and stuff all the time. So it's not like she doesn't know this. She knows that, and in fact, when she interviews people, she oftentimes derails the interview and drops tons of her own knowledge just because she wants the airtime to show off her knowledge. And yet in this video, she says almost nothing. She says almost nothing in this video. And so there's no framing, there's nothing to it. And, you know, if you're gonna try and make it out like you're being an ally to the LGBTQIA community, then really be one. Really be an ally. It's interesting. One of my contacts sent it to me last night, and I was just like, all right, well, she still doesn't get it, obviously. She still doesn't get it. If that transgender woman had any idea of who she was or what her history was, I don't think she would have done the interview with Lauren. I don't think, if she knew that Lauren had been platforming TERFs in the past and saying that they have legitimate arguments, I don't think that activist would have spoken to you at all. I don't think she would have spoken to you at all.